Alrighty, YouTube, and welcome back to Fern Valley Farms YouTube channel, where on this channel we are pure country, and I got the apron on, I got the hat. You know what that means, don't you? We are cooking. Okay, just hold on a minute, hang on. Okay, we are going to make banana cream pie. This stuff is OMG good. I know, right? Okay, hold on, just hold it. Let me just get to the recipe, and you guys just hold your applause. Let me get to the recipe. Anyways, we're going to make banana cream pie. This is like really easy, and it's not too tough. We happen to get a bunch of older bananas that were marked down at the store, and it works perfect for banana bread, banana cream pie. So that's what we're going to do. This is really easy. I'll put the recipe down at the bottom. I've got my cheat sheet here because I can't remember exactly how all my ingredients went. But you got flour, sugar, salt, and milk. And I forgot to grab the flour. Hold on. Okay, I thought I had everything set up. See, most of this I don't do. I'll cut some of this stuff out, but most of it I don't cut out. And actually, this is only a third cup of flour. So, like I said, I'm going to mark this. I'm going to write these recipes down so you can see. And a third is, that's why we need glasses, right? Hold on. That's what I thought. Okay, a third is right there. So like I said, this is a really simple recipe. So it's a third cup of flour. Maybe you can write this down as I'm going here, right? Which a third cup of flour is, and you can do all this right in the pot, actually. The pot you're going to cook this in. All right, I'm just going to put all this right in the pot. So a third cup of flour. Get this out of the way. Excuse the mess in the background. Now, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I forgot to bring the sugar. No, the sugar's right here. I was supposed to have all this stuff set up. So, 3/4 sugar. This is a great thing to do when you got bananas that are starting to go bad. You can even throw them in the freezer, and I've done that before. Throw the bananas in the freezer so they don't start rotting on you too bad, and then pull them back out and reuse them, like I said, for banana bread. This, banana cream pie, they work great. Or you'll get them marked down in the store. I was at one of the stores we have in town. They had a whole shopping cart full of bananas that were starting to go bad. They were free. It was great. Okay, 3/4 sugar. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to barely put any salt in this. Here again, I thought I had everything set up, but I didn't. It asked for 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to go less than that, actually. I made one of these one time, and I followed some other recipe until I got on the one I liked, and the salt that it asked for, I'm like, wow, that seems like a lot, and it was. It was way too much. I wound up throwing it away. It was too salty. And 2 cups of milk. So, the milk I left in the fridge. And all we're going to do is we're going to boil this. We're going to bring it to a light boil. Two cups. 1, 2. There's our 2 cups of milk. And 3 egg yolks. I got to beat 3 egg yolks. But I'm going to boil this first. I'm trying to remember how I did this before. Let me grab a bigger spoon. So we're just going to mix all this together. Like I said, you can mix all this right in the pot. And we're going to put this on the stove, and we're going to let it just kind of come to a boil. You don't want to get a huge boil going because you'll burn it. Milk can burn. So you don't want to go too much on the boil. Just get all this stirred up. All right, now we're going to put it on the stove. I'm not sure if the camera is pointing totally at the stove here. There we go. Let's get it on the stove. Put it on single. We'll let that heat up and come to a boil here. In the meantime, I am going to cut up these bananas. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to Now you might see some real live bloopers here in a minute. We need egg yolks. You need 3 egg yolks. So, and I'm not really good at this, so we'll see what happens here. Actually, I can put them right in there. To get your egg yolk, you crack your egg open, and you just keep doing this until you get all the whites out. And generally, you could get pretty close. And these are my farm fresh chicken eggs. You just keep going back and forth. You can get all the whites out. See? Look at that. Well, that's one. That ain't bad. Let's see if I can get the other 2 to do it. Let's see, if you just break your egg in half and just keep flopping it back and forth, the yolk will come right out, see? Or the white, I'm sorry. The white will come right out, and you got your egg yolk. There's 2. Oh, I don't want that. What am I doing? Okay, 1 more. I'm going to borrow, since I didn't crack this one in half. This is one of my my raised chicken eggs. So sometimes these are a little different than the ones in the store sometimes. See? Just keep going back and forth. Eventually the yolk will just stay in there and all the whites will come out. I haven't done this in a long time. There. And put the yolk in there, and we're good. Let's get rid of all this. Put it over here. Rinse my hands off. There, I did it. I know, right? I know. Thank you. Hold your applause. Hang on. Let me just get this stirred here. There. Now we've got our egg yolks only. And we got to check this. So once that comes to a boil, then I'm going to add the egg yolk. And then I'm going to take it off of the heat, and then I'm just going to mix up. I got vanilla. I know I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. I got 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 sliced bananas, and 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to peel these bananas. I'm going to peel these. Perfect thing for old bananas, right as they're starting to go bad. And these are in really good shape still. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to get a knife, and we're just going to slice them. Just cut them in little thin slices. You got to try this recipe. If you do, let me know how it turns out. You should be happy with it. Then when we're all done, we're going to bake it in the oven for like 15, 20 minutes, and then you let it cool. So I won't be eating any of this till like way later after dinner sometime. I'll cut the tips of the banana off. That seems like a lot of banana here. But that's okay. I think I got like a 10-inch pie shell, so. It works out really good. This is actually a store-bought graham cracker pie shell. These work out just great. You buy these at the store. So I'm going to take these bananas, and I'm just going to lay them in here. Just lay them all in, just kind of put them all in. And then when the mixture is all done, I'm going to put the mixture right on top of it all. And this better fit. It's been a while since I've done this. I wanted to kind of share this recipe because this is really good. Just kind of spread them around evenly. You can see that. Yeah, spread them around evenly. Cut your bananas up. There. See? Get this done. I'm going to rinse my hands off. You guys are so nice. I love the applause. It's great. Okay, so this is ready. Let's put this off to the side. Put that there. Okay, this is just starting to come to a boil now. So we're going to, as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to pull it off. And I need 2 tablespoons of butter. Where'd my knife go? Here it is. We're going to add this to it. We're going to add this to it after I pull it off the stove. And we'll add this after I pull it. It's getting close here. Isn't it funny when you're waiting for something to boil, it doesn't, but when you start something on the stove and you walk away, then it's overboiling all over the place. It never fails. But when you're waiting for something to boil, it don't happen. All right, let me put this up here. This is like doing a cooking show with no assistance. I don't need the baking soda for, like I said, I got my cheat sheet here. It's been a while since I've done this. I thought, I'm going to make this again, but I got to do a video on it because it's really good. You open the vanilla here without spilling it. Vanilla is like way too expensive. And you could actually cook something without vanilla. It does work. I made cookies, I don't know. Okay, let me take that off. There, see, now it's starting to thicken. What I was going to say is I made cookies, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I had no vanilla, so I did it without it. I didn't even notice the difference. You see how that's starting to get kind of thick? Whoops, as I dump, there, see that? I dump it on. I just spilled a little bit. That's fine. Hold on. Just wipe that up. That was just a little bit. Okay. See? Now that's getting thick. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the egg yolk. I'm going to stir it. I just add a little bit, stir it. That was about half actually, so I'm just going to put the rest of this in, stir that. The egg yolk is going to give it color. It's like if you make a yellow cake, you use egg yolks because the egg yolk will give it color. So there. Okay, I'm going to show you this again, hopefully without spilling it. Then I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to put it back on the stove. There, see? Gives a little bit of color. I'm going to put it back on here for a few more minutes. So I'm going to heat this for a few more minutes here. So you pull it off the stove, put the egg yolks back in, then put it back on the stove just for a few more minutes. This really isn't that complicated. To make this come out right, you just got to do these steps. So like I said, mix the flour, mix 3/4 flour or 3/4 sugar, 1/3 flour, 1/4 salt, 2 cups of milk. Bring it to a boil, add the egg yolks. It's pretty much that simple. And this is starting to boil already, so now you got to be careful you don't overboil it because you could burn it. Okay, that's nice and hot. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add the butter. I'm going to let the butter melt in there, and then we're going to add the vanilla. Well, that's got a big hole on it. This is a brand new one. That's got a big, so 1 1/2. That's a half. This is a half a teaspoon. right? It's 1.5. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. I'm sorry, it's 1.25. See, good thing I looked. 1.25 vanilla. I'll put these ingredients at the bottom of the description here. Put the vanilla in there. Let the butter melt. Just keep stirring it until the butter melts. And all we're going to do, matter of fact, let me preheat my oven here. Then we're going to put it in the oven for 350 for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Take it out, let it cool, we're done. Well, that smells really good. I know, right? Thank you, thank you. I bet you couldn't be here to taste this when it's done. But you got to try this. It really is not this complicated to make this. There's just a few steps that you just got to go through here. And when you're doing a video, you got to get all your stuff ready, and that seems like it makes it more complicated. If I was just doing this without a camera, I would just whip it all together and be done with it. But like I said, I'll put the description below, the ingredients. There, once all the butter, I gotta let the oven preheat. Okay, the oven is finally preheated. So, you've got your bananas in the pie crust. In reality, what you're making here is pudding, is all you're doing. You're making pudding. But you're making homemade pudding. So, hopefully you can see this on this video, on this camera here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to watch it. If I look at the camera to make sure I'm doing this, or I'm going to spill it. Wow, look at that. I know, right? Isn't it great? Wow, beautiful. This is a 10-inch pie shell. See? This is a 10-inch. It's just, I probably could have used a couple less bananas, but oh well. To make a pie, make it right, right? That's right to the edge. Okay. So now, all I'm going to do is take this. I'm going to put it in the oven for about 15, 20 minutes. Let it bake. Actually, I'm going to put this, let me put this on a baking sheet. Let me put this on here. This is a little full. You can see, I probably could have used 3.5 bananas, but depending on the size of them, it's fine. There it is. We're going to put it in the oven for 15, 20 minutes. Let her cook. I'm going to set the timer. And cook. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Alrighty, we're back. It's been about 15, 20 minutes. You can hear the oven going off. That means, or my timer, I should say. Cancel. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. Pull it out. I'm going to let it cool for, I'm going to let it cool. The directions, some of the recipes say let it cool for an hour. I'm going to go a little bit longer. I'm going to let it just get nice and stiff. And then that's it. Or if you want, you could put Cool Whip on this. Once it's cooled completely, put Cool Whip on it, real nice. Sprinkle some chocolate chips on it. You can leave it plain just like that. It'll set up really nice in the fridge. I'm going to let it cool. I won't take it out. It's around lunchtime now, so I won't take it out till later. Let it get nice and hard, and then cut it up later. And enjoy. So hopefully you guys like the video. Hopefully you guys give this a try. Oh, I know. I appreciate that. Let me just finish here. Hold on. Yeah, give it a try. See if you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a, let me know what you think. Hopefully you like the video. I got a few more ideas for some different cooking things. I like to share stuff. I don't put a video on. I won't do a cooking video unless I've tried it first. I don't do the video like, I hope this is good. I've done this before, so that's why I'm making a video. I like it. So hopefully you guys do too. So anyways, hopefully you like the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Support the channel. There's a little bell next to the subscribe button. Click that bell. You'll get notified next time I make a video. More recipes to come. And I think that's about it. So like I said, until next time, YouTube, I will talk to you guys later.